Traci Lords, born Nora Louise Kuzma on May 7, 1968, in Steubenville, Ohio, was raised in a tumultuous environment marked by instability and familial discord. Her father, Louis Kuzma, was of Ukrainian descent, while her mother, Patricia Kuzma, came from an Irish background. Traci's childhood was marked by hardship, including her parents' separation, and her mother's struggle to provide for the family. Traci's debut. At a young age, Nora displayed an interest in performance arts, participating in school plays and talent shows. However, her teenage years took a darker turn when she ran away from home, seeking an escape from a troubled family life. This decision led her to Los Angeles, where she was introduced to the modeling industry. Unfortunately, this introduction was not the stepping stone to a glamorous Hollywood career, but rather the beginning of a controversial chapter in her life. Lured by promises of fame and financial stability, the underage Nora Kuzma adopted the stage name Traci Lords and entered the mature film industry through the use of fake ID. She gained employment in the industry at just 15 years old, unknowingly setting the stage for one of the biggest scandals in the history of mature entertainment. Between 1984 and 1986, Lords appeared in numerous mature films, quickly becoming one of the most recognizable faces in the industry. Her youthful appearance and natural charisma made her a fan favorite, and she was marketed as the next big star. However, the truth about her age remained a closely guarded secret until a major investigation in 1986 exposed the fact that she had been underage during her entire tenure in the industry. When authorities uncovered Lords' real age, the fallout was swift and severe. The revelation sent shockwaves to the mature film industry, prompting mass recalls of her films and sparking legal battles that would change the regulations governing the industry forever. The FBI launched an investigation, and numerous producers, directors, and photographers were questioned regarding their involvement in her illegal participation in mature films. This scandal had a lasting impact on the industry, leading to stricter regulations regarding age verification and performer documentation. While many speculated that Lords had knowingly orchestrated the situation to propel herself into mainstream entertainment, she has consistently maintained that she was a victim of exploitation, manipulated by those in power. Traci's transition to mainstream entertainment. Determined to reinvent herself, Lords embarked on a journey to establish a legitimate acting career. In the late 1980s, she attended acting classes and sought roles in mainstream films and television shows. While Hollywood was initially hesitant to embrace her due to her past, Lords' undeniable talent and determination eventually won her opportunities. One of her earliest notable roles was in the 1988 sci-fi horror film Not of This Earth, directed by Jim Wynorski. This marked the beginning of her transition into B-movies and cult films, where she became a familiar face in horror and sci-fi circles. She later appeared in films such as Cry Baby 1990, starring Johnny Depp and Blade 1998, in which she played a vampire villain alongside Wesley Snipes. On television, Lords found success in shows like Melrose Place Profiler and Gilmore Girls. She continued to build a reputation as a capable actress, often portraying strong, complex female characters. Over time, she managed to shake off much of the stigma associated with her early career and earned respect within the industry. Beyond acting, Lords also ventured into music, showcasing yet another facet of her artistic abilities. In the mid-1990s, she released her debut studio album 1000 Fires 1995, which featured electronic and techno influences. The album's lead single, Control, gained popularity in dance clubs and was featured in the soundtrack of the film Mortal Kombat. Though she never pursued a full-fledged music career, Lords' brief foray into the industry was met with positive reception, and her work remains a cult favorite among electronic music enthusiasts. In 2003, Lords released her autobiography, Traci Lords. Underneath it all, a candid and deeply personal account of her life. The book detailed her tumultuous childhood, experiences in the mature film industry, and her efforts to rebuild her life and career. Underneath It All became a bestseller, shedding new light on her story and allowing her to take control of her own narrative. Having survived immense personal and professional challenges, Lords has become an advocate for survivors of exploitation and abuse. She has spoken openly about the dangers of the mature industry and the importance of protecting young women from similar experiences. In her personal life, Lords has been married and has a son, making family priority after years of navigating the hardships of the entertainment industry. She continues to balance her career with her advocacy work and has remained an inspirational figure for many. Legacy and cultural impact. Traci Lords' life is a testament to resilience, reinvention, and the power of personal transformation. Despite the controversy and obstacles she faced, she has successfully carved out a lasting career in mainstream entertainment and remains a pop culture icon. Her journey from exploitation to empowerment has been widely discussed in media and academic circles, serving as both a cautionary tale and a story of triumph. With a legacy that spans multiple forms of entertainment, Lords has proved that it is possible to rewrite one's story and emerge stronger than ever. Acting is an activity in which a story is told by means of its enactment by an actor who adopts a character. In theater, television, film, radio, or any other medium that makes use of the mimetic mode. Acting involves a broad range of skills, including a well-developed imagination, emotional facility, physical expressivity, vocal projection, clarity of speech, and the ability to interpret drama. Acting also demands an ability to employ dialects, accents, improvisation, observation and emulation, mime, and stage combat. Many actors train at length in specialist programs or colleges to develop these skills. The vast majority of professional actors have gone through extensive training. Actors and actresses will often have many instructors and teachers for a full range of training involving singing, scene work, audition techniques, and acting for camera. Most early sources in the West that examine the art of acting, ancient Greek, pi kappa iota sigma iota, hypocrisy, discuss it as part of rhetoric. One of the first known actors was an ancient Greek called Thespis of Icaria in Athens. Writing 2 centuries after the event, Aristotle in his Poetics, c. 335 BC, suggests that Thespis stepped out of the dithyrambic chorus and addressed it as a separate character. Before Thespis, the chorus narrated, for example, Dionysus did this, Dionysus said. When Thespis stepped out from the chorus, he spoke as if he were the character, for example, I am Dionysus, I did this. To distinguish between these different modes of storytelling, enactment and narration, Aristotle uses the terms mimesis via enactment and diegesis via narration. From the Greek actor Thespis' name derives the word thespian. Conservatories and drama schools typically offer 2 to 4-year training on all aspects of acting. Universities mostly offer 3 to 4-year programs, in which a student is often able to choose to focus on acting, whilst intending to learn about other aspects of theater. Schools vary in their approach, but in North America, the most popular method taught derives from the system of Konstantin Stanislavski, which was developed and popularized in America as method acting by Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, Sanford Meisner, and others. Other approaches may include a more physically based orientation, such as that promoted by theater practitioners as diverse as in Bogart, Jacques Lekic, Jerzy Grotowski, or Vsevolod Meyerhold. Classes may also include psychotechnique, mask work, physical theater, improvisation, and acting for camera. Regardless of a school's approach, students should expect intensive training in textual interpretation, voice, and movement. Applications to drama programs and conservatories usually involve extensive auditions. Anybody over the age of 18 can usually apply. Training may also start at a very young age. Acting classes in professional schools targeted at under 18s are widespread. These classes introduce young actors to different aspects of acting in theater, including scene study. Increased training and exposure to public speaking allows people to maintain a calmer and more relaxed physiology. Measuring a public speaker's heart rate is perhaps one of the easiest ways to assess changes in stress, as heart rate increases with anxiety. As actors increase their performances, heart rate and other signs of stress may decrease. This is very important in training actors, as adaptive strategies gained from increased exposure to public speaking can regulate implicit and explicit anxiety. By attending an institution that specializes in acting, the increased opportunity to act will lead to a more relaxed physiology and a decrease in stress and its effects on the body. These effects can range from hormonal to cognitive health that can impact quality of life and performance. Some classical forms of acting involve a substantial element of improvised performance. Most notable is its use by the troops of the Commedia dell'arte, a form of mass comedy that originated in Italy